What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Break Room. In this week's episode, we're going to show you a brand new super tiny ratchet from Vim. This is going to be one that you guys will want to add to your toolbox. Check this one out. Alright guys, like I mentioned in the intro, this week we're going to be taking a look at a brand new tool from Vim. This is the new NRF4. This ratchet is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of trouble because let's face it, building the perfect toolbox is all about having options, and having options allows you to remove something without having to take a bunch of other stuff off, which in turn is going to save you a lot of time on those jobs. So today we're going to be testing this ratchet out. We're going to be pushing it to failure, and we're also going to leave no stone unturned. You're going to know every single thing about this ratchet by the end of this video. So let's take a good close look at this thing and we'll cover all the high points. Okay, we're going to be measuring the overall length of the ratchet here. You can see it's 3.56 inches long, so just a touch over 3.5 inches long. The overall width of the head diameter is 0.77. So when I told you this was a super small ratchet, I meant exactly that. So it is a 72 tooth ratchet. It's a super fine tooth ratchet. It's going to allow you to get in a lot of places, and the back drag on this thing is amazing. We'll put it on the back drag checker, and that way you guys can see what it registers in inch ounces, and you can see it's about 3 inch ounces is what it registers and what it comes in at. So extremely low back drag on this thing. We're going to throw this thing on the scale, and that way you guys can take a look at it. 75.4 grams, which is extremely nice, especially when you're in an awkward position and trying to reach in somewhere. Super lightweight ratchet, super fine tooth, and very low back drag. Can't really ask for much more than that when you're using a subcompact ratchet just like this one. As I mentioned, it is a quick release ratchet, so once you push the button, you can insert the socket. And once you get that socket on there, it's not coming off until you press the button and release it, which is a super great design, especially working in tight access areas, because face it, we've all been there before. You went to pull off your ratchet, and guess what? The socket's still on the fastener, and then you got to go on a fishing expedition to get it back. And Vim has you covered with this ratchet being a quick release. All right, if you do notice, it does have a little different shape on the handle. It is sort of a flat, oval handle on this thing, and that's designed for tight access areas, specifically in mind. It's super easy to grab with the sides of your finger and pull against this thing or push it in either direction that you need to. And that was just another design feature that Vim's incorporated in this ratchet. Obviously, you've seen other ratchets on the market that may be turned the other way, but it's not as comfortable as having the flat sides on the side. Vim has thought of everything in this little ratchet to make it perfect for those confined space areas. Alright guys, we did mention it had an indexing flex head, and it's a pretty cool design because it gives you 12 different indents, and that way it'll hold the head in place no matter what angle you're trying to use it at. Now a lot of you may think it may get floppy, but as you see here, we're putting it in a test apparatus where we test how much force it takes to actually change the indents in the ratchet head. As you can see, it's about 1.7 pounds. So that's enough pressure. You can use this thing and you don't have to worry about it getting floppy, or if you bump it around and stuff, it's not going to move on you. It's going to stay exactly where you need it, and that's exactly what you want with a ratchet like this for those confined spaces. Alright guys, so the real question is, how much can this little ratchet take? And we're fixing to find that out. We're going to go over here and we're going to put this on the torque meter, and we're going to see how much it can handle before it gives up the ghost. Obviously, with the handle being this short, it's doubtful you or me could break this by hand, so we will be putting a cheater pipe on it. And I'm pretty sure if you ever break one, that's what you did to get there as well. But like always, it is covered by the Vim's lifetime warranty. So let's go over here, let's put this thing through the paces, and let's see what she can do. Alright guys, so we're over here at our test bench, and the way this works, we've got a meter set up here. I'll cut it on, you'll see it calibrating. Obviously, it's going to show 1623 foot-pounds because that's the maximum capacity this meter will take. Once we reach the max peak torque, the meter will lock onto that number and it will flash. So what we're going to do in this test, we're going to take our NRF4, which is our 1/4 inch drive indexing quick release head. I'm going to put it in the meter to use as a cheater pipe for this so we can assure breakage. What I have is a deep well socket and an extension And that's pretty much going to provide my cheater pipe for this. So here's a quick little tip for you guys. It's kind of like an old school way to make a cheater pipe if you don't have a pipe handy. You find a socket that just barely fits over your handle and you're good to go. Throw it on an extension and you can check your warranties like we're fixing to check here. We'll clear a meter out. You see it's zeroed. We'll put our quick release ratchet in here. I'll put it in tightening direction. We'll put our handle on here and we're going to start applying force until we get to breakage. All right, so you see we got to 70 foot-pounds before it let loose. Probably strip one tooth off the pawl because it feels to be still working. Let's try it again. Clear this meter out. Let's see if it really did break. Oh yeah. Yep, we got her. Let's try it in reverse. So after stripping it out forward and put it in reverse, we made sure we got her really good, and we got to 58 after it stripped out again. So that's what it does, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Pretty cool little ratchet to add to your collection for those confined space areas. That way you can get in those tight spots a whole lot easier. Like always, check these tools out on your local tool truck. If you don't have a tool truck, be sure to check them out on www.vimtools.com. Like always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button. And that way you can see what all new cool tools that we have from Vim and watch them get tested. You guys have a great weekend. We'll catch you next time.